Welcome back to Tu-Vie, your TV movie entertainment needs channel, and today we're going to be going over the F1 trailer, one of my most excited movies of this year, so let's get into it. F1 is possibly the most creative and expensive sports movie ever. This is I think a $500 million budget, and it looks like it shows. Not like in a bad way, but I think this movie is truly going to be a wild long shot for a lot of people because I feel like sports movies aren't as popular, and especially F1, which may be my favorite sport, but I don't feel like it's everybody else's. So the niche might be there, but what I think saves it is the camera. And that is because of the director, Joseph Kosinski. He did a little movie called Top Gun Maverick. And if you have seen Top Gun Maverick, you know one of the most coolest aspects of the movies was being in the cockpit with Tom Cruise as he's just navigating through the caverns, just cutting by the mountains at ever so fast speeds and seeing these incredible tricks done from the cockpit. And so they took that and put it in an F1 car, putting you in the perspective of the driver, seeing their reactions to the race, turning from the wheel to the side of the car, seeing the people behind them and what's going on in front of them, and just back and forth. It's perfect. And it makes like an anxiety, adrenaline-induced feeling that you got with Top Gun Maverick, but like I said, now in an F1 car. And that is what I think steps this movie up 100 times. Not to say everything else is bad, but the camera work is just so cool. We got a great look into Sonny Hayes, Brad Pitt's character for this movie. He's the greatest driver that never was, essentially, in the world of motorsports, and now he's given the chance to go to F1. Which, by the way, if you don't know much about F1, that's an insane move. For those who do not know about F1, these cars go about average 185 miles per hour. Or if you know them in kilometers, super fast. I don't know the conversion rate. Either way, these things are rocket ships on wheels. So Brad Pitt's character, who looks like is commonly coming from like Indy racing to F1, is, like I said, a go-kart to a missile, which makes for a great story. But if you haven't progressed through F4 to F1, it's going to be real difficult, which is where I think a lot of the conflict will be coming in with our rookie driver played by Damson Idris. His character, Joshua Pierce, is pretty much like coming up in F1. I'm assuming he's going to be some driver that's been through F4 to F2 and now joining F1 as a rookie. He's going to be competing with Brad Pitt. We've already seen a little bit of their conflict in both versions of the trailer, but I like that we're kind of seeing them like more on the field. We saw a lot of this trailer give us the conflict of them literally crashing into each other, or just them in the pit kind of going at each other's throats, which is going to be serving a great conflict for this movie because as all racing movies go, there has to be some competition. One thing I also thought was pretty cool for this movie is that they shot during races, so the people in the crowds and the actual track itself was shot prior to the races. And it was interesting while watching the last season, kind of them stop and record a lot of this stuff. So the people who were there at the races pretty much saw a lot of the movie because it was recorded during the weekend. But I think it really does add a sense of realism to this movie. The camera work really does a great job showcasing the intensity of these races, the conflict of drivers, and at the same time just is so cinematically beautiful. I think this trailer also gave us a lot of great new looks into Javier Bardem's character, who seems to be playing as the owner of Apex, which is the name of the team. I love me some Javier, so I'm really glad he's involved in this movie, not just kind of like here and there. I'm glad he's actually the person that convinces Sonny to join F1 and kind of getting a control of this team, pushing for greatness. I love Javier, and I'm excited to see him play the role. Not a lot can be said. They didn't really show a lot of new footage, but I think that's a good thing because I think this movie should come with excitement and anticipation like Top Gun Maverick did. And I think the visuals and the overall story may be fine and kind of simple, but I think the visuals are going to really sell this movie. Brad and Dansom seem like they're going to be a great pair together, whether clashing or at the end of the movie if they become friends. I don't know. I hope they just stay enemies, or like kind of like the mutual respect aspect the whole time, not really like, oh, you know what, we're pals. And I think that just serves a better story, and I just think both of them have really great like range, and I'm very excited to see how they play on the big screen. There's a lot of summer movies coming out, and this is in my top 5, so I'm super excited for it. What is your favorite movie of the summer so far that you're excited for? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you're watching this like when it's released, this is right before the new season begins, so if you are ready for the new season, let me know below, and let me know what your favorite team is. I'm a McLaren guy. Gotta go with my boy Lando. Thank you guys again for watching. Check out past episodes of the Tu-Vie podcast of seasons 4, 3, 2, and 1 out on all platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but video format here on our channel. We're cooking a lot of stuff here in the kitchen, so you might as well just subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so when we post, you don't miss out. And as always, we'll see you guys next time.